All right, everybody, welcome to the North Pert Podcast. It's the Infield Tractor Tire edition. We're going to start doing this every week right after we get through racing. So it won't be an every week deal, but it will be every time we get through racing.
Yep.
It'll be just strictly racing since not all of our fans are racing folks. We'll try to keep the two separated in a sense. Of course, we'll talk about racing no matter what at some point because, I mean,
why not?
why not? That's what we do. That's our thing. So,
yeah, you're fixing to
yeah.
build one, but you're going to put a body and everything on one back here.
We got Sticker Bird's car back here. We're going to put a factory stock body on, so it'll be the old silver bullet. It's gonna look pretty good. I'm ready to get started on it this week and get knocked out. Ready to see it on the track.
Sticker better take a bunch of pictures is all I have to say.
Tell you what, he better not scratch his deck off. But anyways, we're going to talk about pretty much how our weekend went at Lone Star and just kind of recap everything. And
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. We ain't been on here as much as we really wanted to be. We've just had a lot of stuff going on. Jesse, of course, works out of town a lot in the oil field, and then and I'm lazy. So we got those. That's kind of, you know. Before we get too carried away, I'd like to bring up our sponsor, Eagle Lubricants. They are Amsoil dealer out of Rush, Texas, and they help us out tremendously. We get all kinds of stuff from him.
It's endless. Anything,
man.
any kind of
Oil,
liquid you could put
filters,
in any kind of vehicle, race
transmission
car,
fluid.
any of your daily drivers.
The 90 weight, it comes in these bags, and it's you get every drop out of it. Yeah, they should have done away with those bottles years ago. I mean, it don't matter. I don't care if it costs more or whatever. It's going to be better, of course. But golly, the easiness of putting those bags in a rear end is so helpful.
Yeah, they're great people.
Good people to work with. Eagle Lubricants. Look them up on Facebook. It's all one word.
Yep.
I'll try to tag a link to their page on here. Make sure you go like them. And if you're in the East Texas area or anywhere else, really, I definitely recommend them. Anyways, we're going to just start talking about how the weekend went. Jesse here picked him up a ride with Jones Racing in the 88 car. He drove it one other time last year around Thanksgiving, I think it was, at Boot Hill, and did real good. I think he had some distributor problems.
Yep.
And anyway, so Jesse here is going racing, and I said, screw it, I'm getting something to race. Since all I got is late model now, really, it's kind of hard. You can't just go anywhere. So I ended up dragging the old Area 51 Enduro car out. And if you follow the Infield Tractor Tire page, my meme page, you've seen videos of it and probably a couple pictures.
Very beautiful.
There's
a lot of sharp edges on it.
Not a dent in it.
Yeah, it's flawless.
It's rough. It's a rough car, mainly just from the one time I drove it, the 600.
Well, when you got the car, it wasn't perfect.
It wasn't perfect. It's an older car.
It's a steel body,
but
it's got some whiskey dents in it. It's beautiful.
Old Monte Carlo, stock body Monte Carlo.
A lot of character with that car.
Got character on it, and anyways, we've been to the frame in two spots at the 600. Two separate accidents.
Pretty severe. I'd say not critical condition, but.
So I think it was the Saturday or Sunday before I pulled on the frame some.
Yeah.
Trying to at least get the door, because it's the driver's side rail was bent in quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I was kind of worried about safety wise, so I tried pulling it out. I got to move a little bit, and
that's good enough. We'll race it. I'll risk my life this week.
Once I got to get everything moved to where I could see the cage, so I was like, fuck it then. The cage is fine. I'll run it, No. So, anyways, changed rear end gear and worked on a few things to put some slicks on it and took her to the track.
Yeah, Lone Star Speedway over there in Kilgore, Texas.
Yeah, Lone Star Speedway. I guess it was their season opener. They had the sprints there. The Sprint Car Bandits, I think, was the series that was there. And they put on a good show. I think they did the whole feature without even a caution.
Yeah.
Which was surprising because the track had some ruts in it from all the rain.
It's been raining for a week and a half over here.
Track was a lot of fun to race on.
It was fast.
I would rather it be like that than sandy and dusty any day of the week, especially with a class like sprint cars there, because usually you can't watch them from the pits. And there was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
It was good. It was some good racing this weekend. I guarantee you that. Jesse had a really good night. That kind of ended not the way we wanted it to, and we'll touch on that here in a little bit. But we had a good weekend. I had a lot of fun.
I had fun. Memories I'll never forget. What we just experienced. I loved it.
Oh yeah, and it was. I think it was a good way to start our year off. Even I had a lot of trouble in the 51 car. The go the hot laps fan belts thrown off of it for whatever reason.
And he had just what you run 200.
Before that, just getting to the damn track was an event because we got a new trailer and we couldn't get enough tongue weight on the damn thing. We got a four-wheeler in the box. It's got a huge box where we're putting everything we can up on the tongue, trying to get more tongue weight. And that old car is so heavy in the back of it.
He would reach 55, 60, and the trailer would start whipping and nay-naying everywhere.
Oh,
and I'm in the back seat, which is perfect for me because I'm a back seat driver. So I'm right behind Billy. I'm about to squeeze his seat in half.
Yeah, I just wanted some fucking earmuffs. He's up there like this trying to drive, and he's back here. Oh, we're going to die. I'm calling Mom.
I done called Mom. I just want to tell you I love you. She said, well, I love you too, son. What's going on? I said, well, we're probably about to wreck this truck and trailer. You know, Billy's up here. Oh, no, we're not.
Anyway.
We were. You can ask anybody in that vehicle. If I'd have had my race
Jeremy
helmet.
had my back. Everybody else gets my ass.
If I'd have had my helmet with me in the pickup, going to the races, I would have put it on.
I probably would have too, honestly.
Yeah.
But we made it. We made it to the track.
Yep.
I go to hot lap it. Fan belt gets kicked off.
Weird.
Why? We did over 200 laps in it at the damn Lone Star 600. Not a problem with any fan belts. So we get a friend of ours, Dalton, goes up to the parts store in Kilgore.
Yep.
And gets his fan belt. There was one out of like 2 stores he went to. He comes back. We throw it on. Last second, I hop in the car, run the heat race. I ran 4th. Ended up spinning it out because of a rut, and then I think the right front shocks wore out on that car.
Probably.
It was bouncing pretty good all night.
Yeah.
For I mean, it handled pretty good, but it was just bouncing.
It was fun to watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I spun it out and just kept it going because I think they got the you call
one
it call
spin.
Yeah, you one spin, your black flag or whatever. In
You
the,
kept her rolling, clutched it.
Yeah, so I kept her rolling, and I think I ended up 5th or something, maybe 6th. I don't remember.
Had to run a B.
And no, I know what happened. I didn't even finish the heat race because the damn fan belt blew off again.
Oh,
okay. So
yeah.
Go to run the B main, and end up getting 3rd in the B main after figuring out what was going on. I borrowed a belt from another friend of ours. Didn't bring his car or nothing. He just had a random belt in his toolbox in his truck out in the parking lot.
Yeah.
That worked. That never happens.
That's a weird belt size for
just worked that.
It was
out.
perfect.
Oh yeah, because that car got stock pulleys on.
Yeah, it's got big old stock pulleys, and
so it was an
glad
odd
it
size.
worked out.
Yeah,
man. That's awesome.
So we threw it on there, go out, run the B main, and figure out that it was the pump. We just shimmed it out just a washer thickness.
That's all it takes.
That's all it
yeah.
took. And I don't know how it did so many laps with no problems, and then all of a sudden I can't even make it through hot laps. But I guess that's just how my luck is. But anyways, made the feature in it. There's 33 cars there. I was pretty happy with it.
Yeah,
I had no expectations on the car as far as what I thought it was going to do.
You showed up to have fun, and you did.
I had a blast.
I think you had a really good time. I had a good time watching you race.
I highly recommend anybody bringing their old beater out there.
Drag it out.
Drag it out. I don't give a shit.
I love it.
The main thing is have it handling good, and who cares if it's slow. Yeah. If you're not out there trying to win, you're just out there to have a good time.
So age is not a number.
Do it.
Yeah.
You ain't got to have a new wrap and a new sheet metal body and $6,000 factory stock motor.
Where was this motor built?
This motor,
is what makes it.
This motor was put together in my mom's living room out of used parts.
How they got it out of this house is still a MacGyver showed up. I'm not sure what happened. Somebody's a very good sheetrock person. Maybe they cut it out.
I don't know
how they got it out of that. I don't know how they got it out of the house.
It's a double wide. You know what I mean? You got to get it out of the house.
It's 6 steps to get up to the front door of that house, and you know, just a bare block isn't light.
No.
This thing come out ready to drop in the car, as far as I know.
Yeah, and the distributor in it rolling out of the house. I wasn't there, and they will not tell us.
No, they won't. It's like a weird subject.
Yeah. I don't know. I know Mom was glad to get it out of there. I'm sure she just picked it up and carried it out as she was so damn ready to get it out.
4'11".
Yeah. She's ready to get it out. But I feel like it was fairly competitive. I think if I could have stayed out in the feature.
It impressed me. You had some mile per hour at the end of the straight with that gear ratio, with that type of motor.
It was just running. I don't think I turned $6,000 all night.
It was perfect.
And I think I probably could have finished in the top 10.
No doubt in my mind.
On the bottom half of that, but I think I could have broke into the top 10.
There's a lot of competitive cars there too that night.
I felt like I was running with some fast guys, and there were some other guys that was just holding me up a little bit, and it was kind of hard to pass. But
you run into some steering box or power steering trouble? I
haven't looked at it. That goes back to me being lazy. The steering box or a line or maybe the pump went out. I hope it's not the pump. Those are expensive.
Yeah, he had a GoPro in the car, and we watched it the other evening, I guess, and you could see it getting covered with fluid and
about
dirt and
5 or 6 laps in or so, and
it started spitting a little bit.
Yeah, it kind of. I think it kind of saved me in a sense because the cars right in front of me ended up getting wrecked.
Wreck.
I mean, it was a big pile up. So I probably would have been right in the middle of all that. And if with no good steering, I think if I would have just stayed out there 2 more laps, I would have had a major issue.
I hate you didn't get to finish a race or run as many laps as you wanted, but it also was kind of cool seeing you video. Billy took his GoPro out and videoed the rest of the race with me running in the same feature. From the infield, it was pretty neat.
Yeah, I just hopped up. I just pulled it out, hopped up on the roof, and started videoing.
Under caution, I looked to the infield. I see Billy. He's on the roof of the car.
Yeah.
Hey, he's videoing. Give me thumbs ups. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So that was
pretty cool.
I'm glad that roof wasn't slippery or nothing.
yeah, no joke.
But anyway, Jesse, where did you start at?
Started 11th in the feature, and. It's my second time on the car. I was gonna be extremely happy with the top 5. A lot of competitive guys there.
I bet there was 12 guys there that could win any night of the week.
Very competitive.
Any track they go to.
And we started 11th, and the cautions worked in our favor. We started in the fast. The car was one of those nights. If you threw nails in front of the tires, it wouldn't have got a flat. You know, it was just a dream night. You know, everything went perfect. And we end up leading the race before you get to the halfway point during the race. And we end up winning. And it was awesome. I pulled into the infield, go across the scales. I see Billy. He's got his GoPro. He's coming to me.
I knew it was going to be a moment because, it's a second feature win. First time in that car for sure. First time at that track. I think the last, 2 or 3 times you've been there, you finished third?
Yeah.
Second or third?
Yeah.
And
a lot of seconds at Lone Star.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
And I knew I was pumped about it. I knew you was going to be pumped about it.
I was very pumped.
And I wish I would have had a camera when you won the last time. And I said, I got to film this shit because this is going to be
it worked
quality video.
It worked out great, especially what we're fixing to get into because I don't.
Well,
Billy had a raw moment of Billy. So BM3 come out and old Billy here.
I cuss a little bit, and we're in the middle of woo yeah, hell yeah, and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Well, he says, "I love you, man," and I was in the middle of saying, "Fuck yeah," and when he said that, I was like, "Well, I love you too," but it came out as "fuck you."
I'm sitting in the car. I said, "Man, I love you, man." He goes, "Yeah, fuck you." I'm still excited. I'm so excited. I said, all right, start taking my belts off. And we're still celebrating and people coming up to the car. It was still an experience.
Oh, yeah.
And even though that was funny, that was funny as hell, and I wouldn't change it because that's us. having weird stuff like that.
I posted that video on our Mazzell Racing YouTube page, and I shared the link, I think, on our Mazzell Racing Facebook page if y'all want to check that out.
Very exciting,
it's raw
and comical.
emotion, and I think it was a good.
I
think it was a good video, even though I told you to go fuck yourself pretty much.
Yeah, you said it so meaningful. I was like, are we still about me winning here? I'm still excited, even though. And
I'm sure Jesse was thinking, did I take my brother out? No,
yeah, right. I don't know what I've done.
Yeah.
But it was real raw moment, and I loved it. I'm glad you could be there to experience it with me. Any good moment I had in my life.
So I could run in there.
Yeah, Billy, he's always ends up being there. So I love that.
Yeah. It was good. It was a really good race. You drove your ass off, man. Coming back from 6th row. I mean, by the time I pulled in, I did like 5 laps, 6 laps, maybe.
Yeah, right before that first caution.
Yeah, when I pulled in, you was already in 3rd.
Yeah.
And I said, man, he's moving. He's passing people.
Man, you were saying the same things. I said, I'm moving.
That's passing more than a car lap, ain't it?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm thrilled at how the weekend went on that. That was awesome.
We all made it home safe. We had a damn good time. We made memories, and I loved it. It was perfect.
The bad part about the night was didn't get the check at the end of the night.
We didn't get the trophy, and we didn't get I guess you could say the bragging rights, because we crossed the scales. Billy tells me fuck you and all that while we're celebrating, and the tech man comes over. They tech the top 3 cars, make sure torque converter in front of the transmission there. It has to be an 11-inch. The car owner, nobody knew. Yeah. It was just a weird deal. It was just
we never
first time the car's been to the track there. You know what I mean? That car. And so we just didn't know. And what I'm not complaining about it, because they're teching good, they're being strict, and I love it, because it sure does suck to finish 2nd behind somebody that outrun you, because they're letting some stuff go. Or you know what I mean? You're not getting outdrove, you're getting outrun. There's a difference.
Right.
And I really am happy about that.
Either way, I think you won by your driving. You was faster in the corners. The torque converter, inch in a torque converter, you can ask anybody, it ain't helping you none. And man, I was way pumped down there. It was hard to film and not, you know what I mean? I'm trying to film and be smooth and get a good video, because how many times you get somebody to video and you can't see, they're all over the place. And I said, man, I got to have a good video for him.
I appreciate you doing that.
Because I knew you was going to win that sucker. When I got out of my car, I seen you sitting there. I said, Jesse's going to win this sucker. So I had to video it, and I wanted to make sure it was a good video.
That makes me so happy, man. That was so fun. I wish I could relive and have those same feelings. They didn't make a candle of that night. I would love to burn that right now.
Yeah, can we make that into a drink?
Yeah, let's.
Yeah.
Put some fluid in the float bowls here.
Yeah. That was a really good night, I think.
Hell yeah.
We had some people there that normally don't go to the races with us. We had our old, Robert was there with us, and
it was perfect.
Nathan came, and our mom was there too, and Dad, and
we're all really close to our friends and family. And the people in our circle, we're tight. We're watertight.
And we love it when everybody gets to come. Yeah, watertight.
Watertight. We're really tight, though, and we
love it when everybody gets to come to the races with us, or come and watch, come and help, come in the pits.
We share the same passion, about it. And
yeah, we like, especially on a night like that where you pull in, and after you either had fun or you won.
Hell yeah.
And just amazing night, and it's just a bunch of emotions. Everybody's hell yeah, or
I can't wait. Michael, I think he's already pulled that transmission and stuff.
I bet that was done Sunday.
Well, I know it was, and we'll come back legal, and I hope we can have the same results. I want to redeem ourselves. We're no cheaters, but man, I had a blast. I loved it. We had a good night.
It was a good start to the year. I
agree.
Extremely happy with how it went for the first night.
Oh yeah.
Even with the troubles I had,
Well, will you overcome them? That's what I liked is
till the end.
Till the very end.
But that was a new problem.
It was a new problem. It wasn't
a
to worry
problem.
about. But I mean, it's still nothing like working on something and
still
fixing it.
I still made the feature. There was a lot of guys that had to go home, and
you're right. And you were
I think I got 15th.
Well, what did we start working on your car? 2 days before the race?
Friday. I got up on the concrete Thursday afternoon.
We got up early Friday morning, or
no,
it was early Saturdays when we put some work out.
Friday night I started changing that gear.
Yep.
Couldn't find the damn socket. For
the pinion.
For the pinion. It's a big old sucker, and I just couldn't find it. I usually keep it in a good spot so I can always use it, and that don't work out sometimes.
So we're constantly building and working on stuff. Stuff can get misplaced, especially a socket that we don't use often. Yeah. But our friend Dane, he was coming over to hang out, him and his family, and he luckily had one. I texted him and said, man, you wouldn't happen to have an inch and
inch and a quarter, I think.
Yeah, inch and a quarter. And he said, yeah, I've actually got one. Come on with it. Gas on it. We need it.
Bring it. So that worked out, and we got the rear end gear changed in it, and ended up having one axle that was 5-on-5 drilled out in it, and not the 4 3/4, and the rest of the car is 4 3/4.
Tell about that. I don't know if anybody on our podcast has ever drilled out an axle.
Well, I drilled out one. I brought a brand new bit.
For the hole pattern.
Yeah. I drilled out so we can put the big studs in it. I drilled out the first one. I had a brand new bit. Went through no problem, like butter. And then I go to do the second one. Well, I done put too much shit on the first one. The bit was barely even scratching. I said, man. And anyways, I'm like, what am I going to do? I'm not taking the rear end apart to put it in a drill press because
we done use our good Amsoil 90 weight squeeze off in there. We've got the rear end full of grease anyway.
And I should have done it with the drill press probably. And wasn't thinking we're in a rush because
it's late
the night,
too.
and it's late the night before the races. I'm a procrastinator, so we get it. We just mount up a tire the next day. We unmounted one of Jesse's enduro cars, which was the right hole pattern. Unmounted one of his tires, put a slick on it. I didn't even have a spare for that side.
Well, you didn't need it. You know what I mean? It worked out. We had such a great time. I suggest anybody dragging their old cars out. Because we had such a good time. Win, lose, or draw, when you left, we done made up our mind. We're going to have fun no matter what circumstances. And we did.
Here's something I want anybody that has an old car to do. And I see a lot of people make the mistake of following the wrong people for advice.
It's very true.
Okay, if you got an old car and you want to go out there and race, I don't care if you got to put a V6 in it to make it to the track. You don't quit worrying about rules so much if you're not, you're not going to make the top 3. Competition is tough in the factory stocks.
It's 2020.
It's tough. So if you need to get that car to where it handles good, ask somebody that's winning. Get somebody that's winning to help you a little bit. I'd rather you spend money on shocks and springs than any motor stuff. And that's just the truth of it, because that car's been up all the way around.
Like you said, the motor was built in a living room, y'all. It's not a race motor by any means, but dude, you surprised. I was so worried.
It handles good. I need to get a new right front shock. Of course, it's bouncing.
I was so worried you wasn't going to be competitive, and then you surprised the hell out of me.
I had a lot of compliments on people going, man, that old car was running. I think if I would have had better luck in the heat and the B main with the, or wouldn't have had to run the B main.
No doubt in my mind, if we wouldn't have had those belt troubles, you would have been right there behind me. You'd have been right there in the top 5 region.
I don't know about that far. I think I could have got 8th, 10th somewhere in there. But considering the cars that was there,
it was tough.
I think I was fast. It made me feel good about the car,
Yeah.
So, anyways, remember, if you got an old car, you want to go racing, go racing. Go buy you some good shocks, get the right springs, listen to one person. You listen to 6 different people, you're going to have 6 different ideas in your car.
You ain't kidding. That's very true.
When I deal with these late model stuff, I might ask 3 different people what they think I should do. And if I can get 2 people to say the same thing, that's what I'm going to go with. So just try to you go with somebody that wins a lot. I know some people, they got their buddies that race and they've been racing a long time. Well, if they're in the back where you're at, don't listen to them. You're just going to have to hurt their feelings. Get your car handling good to where it's safe and it's going to be fun to race, and you'll be easy to race with. But
exactly,
that's way important, man, because some people are hard to race with because they're all over the place.
Yeah, and it's not because it's just them. It's because they're what they've got going on.
Nobody could drive some of them, and if you...
Dale Earnhardt couldn't drive some of the stuff that I've seen pull out on the track, and I see they have a bent axle before we're packing the track, or it's just exactly
just make sure your car is handling good, because if it's not, you're not going to be fun to race against, and you're not going to have as much fun.
Yeah.
And that's just the truth of it. And we try to make sure our stuff handles pretty good. And if you're not familiar, don't be afraid to let somebody hop in there and do some hot laps. You can skip out on hot laps one night to let somebody else go out there and say, hey, this thing's a piece of shit. Or say, hey, man, it is handling pretty good. Maybe you need to try driving a little better, or then you can adjust from there. But
I am happy
that's
with
just
our
a little
weekend recap because, man, we did have a damn good time. And,
we had a blast.
Anybody that hasn't went to Lone Star Speedway over there in Kilgore, the World Outlaw Sprint cars will
March
be there.
March 14th.
Yep.
Lone Star Speedway.
Yep.
World of Outlaw Sprint cars. Factory stocks and limiteds are going to be running there with them.
Be there. It's going to be a great time, man. The weather's supposed to be good, I'm sure, in March. It's going to be good. Yeah.
So it's going to be good. That's the guys right there, the World Outlaws. They're doing that shit for a living. They're out there living the big dream. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
So highly recommend going out there. I don't care what it costs to get in the stands. I don't care what it costs to go on the pits. It'll be worth it. It will be worth it.
Yes.
And definitely go out there for that. That we're going to try making that race. We're probably going to go watch, even if we don't get to make it. They're only taking 24 cars, and so we're just going to have to get lucky and get in there.
I don't know how all that works yet. We're not real sure on the details, but if we can be there to drive something, damn right we're going to be there. But if not, we're going to be there to watch because that's our local track. You got to support them because that's our closest track's an hour and 15 minutes away.
Yeah.
That's our closest track.
You guys support your local racetracks because they're dying. I mean, there's a lot of them that's dying. We got a lot of big classes and stuff like that. Like there's a 100,000 factory stocks out there, it seems like, but that one class isn't gonna build up a track, and the fans need to show up. Quit Facebook Live and everything. Quit sitting at the house and being lazy. Go watch the races. There's nothing like it. I can't tell you how many people I've brought to the races for the first time and they said, this is nothing like what I thought it was going to be.
And I love that. There's not a feeling. You can't describe what it feels like to somebody because words don't come close.
No.
I love it. That's dirt track racing.
Dirt track racing it's the shit. It's what what gets me and his and our dad's blood flowing.
My heart started pounding earlier when we started talking about racing. I loved it, man.
We'll probably end up cranking one of these cars up before we leave up here tonight, but
damn right.
Not this one.
This one here probably won't crank.
Yeah, it's a.
Give us a few weeks. Yeah. We'll do another. We're gonna have another podcast, and this thing will have a badass body on it.
Oh yeah, just
silver bullet.
We'll keep everybody tuned on this one for sure.
I don't know if it's going to be sponsored by Coors Light or what sticker. Sticker Bird Miller.
Sticker Bird Miller. Dirty Looks Racing right there, buddy.
Yeah, Dirty Looks Racing. This is his hot rod.
So, anyways, guys, we just wanted to have a little short video here. We're going to try doing this every week after we get through racing. Kind of a race recap on our weekend. Good or bad.
Good, bad, win, lose, or draw.
Win, lose, or draw. Anyway, I think we had a pretty good time this weekend, and hopefully it's a good sign for the next weekend.
Yep.
And the rest of the year to come.
Yep. Like, follow, share anything we got. Yeah. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Invite all your friends to North Pert. Invite all your friends to Mazzell Racing. Don't forget to go to Eagle Lubricants. Make sure you give them a follow. Subscribe to our YouTube page, North Pert. We appreciate that. Like all the videos and stuff.
Sure.
And we get enough subscribers on there, and maybe they'll start funding some of this race car shit we got going on up here. So
that's right.
Anyways, it was good talking to you guys, and we'll see y'all on down the road.
All right.